All summoning animals in Naruto and Boruto. The Naruto universe has a lot of different kinds of animals and exotic creatures which are summoning animals. Although it's quite true that humans are the dominating species and the most abundant of them all, they don't necessarily have all the qualifications to subdue all the species under disguise. These animals are relatively few in numbers, but they each have their own civilizations of their own. Many of the shinobis train these animals and enter into contracts with them to use them as backups or partners during a fight. In today's video, we would be looking at all the summoning animals in Naruto. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's dig in. Even though their numbers are relatively small, many species have their own civilizations. They would also give the world's shinobi a run for their money if they huddled together. Fortunately, however, the majority of these species interact positively with humans. Some of them even sign partnership agreements to help their partners fight. The world's most formidable shinobi can be defeated by the strongest of these summon animals. Many powerful shinobi who live in Naruto, and even the best of them can't always fight on their own. Summoning Jutsu, which calls even larger and more powerful animal spirits out as backup, is a technique that the strongest ninjas rely on. Many people train animals to fight for them and then care for their friends after the battle is over. A shinobi's ideal animal companion can be anything, from beloved family dogs to snakes, toads, and slugs bigger than skyscrapers. But most of all, they need to be loyal to their partner and strong enough to beat even a tailed beast. To summon an animal in Naruto, a jutsu has to be done, and the name is summoning jutsu, also known in Japanese as Kuchiyuse no Jutsu. This summoning technique allows the users to transport the said animal to their location. Before an animal can be summoned, the prospective summoner must first of all form a contract with the animal or with its species. For example, in the case of the toads of Mount Myoboku, the contract is a scroll in which the summoner signs their name by using their own blood with the fingerprint of one of their hands. Orochimaru had his contract with the snakes tattooed on his arm, which he smears with blood each time he wants to perform a summoning. A user can also have a contract with more than one summoning animal. Sasuke, for example, had a contract with snakes and hawks, and Konohamaru Sarutobi can summon toads and monkeys. These contracts remain active even after death, which allows those revived with Edo Tensei to perform summons they've established when they were alive. To summon a particular animal, a certain amount of chakra is needed and blood to the hand they've signed the contract with. If the chakra provided is too small, only a young, small animal will be summoned. Now let's look at the different kinds of summoned animals in the entirety of the Naruto-verse. Manda. Manda, the world's largest and strongest serpents of the Ryuchi cave, and was also the signature summon of Orochimaru, which is befitting of his snake-like nature. Despite his enormous size, he is as quick to strike as any other snake. And he is even capable of shedding his skin to regenerate when sufficiently wounded. His crushing coils are powerful enough to kill even creatures larger than himself. Manda was first seen in the Naruto series when he was facing off against the summons of the other two legendary Sanins, Gamabunta and Katsuyu. Although Manda is powerful, he does not serve one of Naruto's greatest villains out of friendship or loyalty. He only signed a contract with Orochimaru because he could not defeat him in battle, which hurt his ego. Whenever he is summoned, he is quick to complain and threaten. Manda is a proud and arrogant serpent who despises being called upon without payment, typically in the form of 100 human sacrifices. Orochimaru would be destroyed and absorbed by Sasuke Uchiha, allowing him to summon Manda whenever he saw fit. Sasuke would put Manda under a genjutsu after calling upon the enormous serpent. This would allow him to jump inside Manda to Ryuchi Cave to avoid Deidara's devastating suicide bomb attack, which ultimately resulted in Manda's death. Kakashi's Ninken. Ninken literally implies ninja canines and alludes to the bunch of canines that were at times called by Kakashi Hatake. These dogs belong to the Inazuka family and are adept at surveillance and tracking, and were seen assisting Kakashi in his various endeavors. They can use human speech and also develop many strategies in combat. Like Pakkun, Kakashi can summon these dogs simultaneously or separately. These dogs are fierce fighters who have the ability to rip their opponents apart. They are able to not just only detect the smells of their enemies, but can also track them down effectively and pin them down with their fangs. Ibuse. Ibuse is a salamander with venom that was used as the summoning animal by the legendary Hanzo, who was the leader of the Hidden Rain village in the past. Ibuse's actual strength is exhibited by the way that it clashed against every one of the three of the Hidden Leaf Village incredible Sanins. This summoning animal is capable of releasing a poisonous mist that can paralyze its opponents and can even lead to the death of the person if inhaled for a long time. Ibuse can also hide himself underground, only to reappear from beneath his enemies and swallow them whole. Ibuse was indeed a sly and slippery animal, but it was later killed during the Fourth Great Shinobi War. Messenger Hawks. Hawks are used to communicate throughout the Naruto universe. The fastest member of the Sand Village's flock, Takamaru, is the best illustration of why the best of them are highly prized by their villages. He only goes out to send the most urgent messages, like telling the Leaf about Gaara's kidnapping, and his appearance is taken seriously. In addition, despite the fact that summoning is not one of Sasuke Uchiha's strongest abilities, he still possesses a useful skill. He gave up summoning snakes later in Shippuden to form a bond with Garuda, a gigantic hawk that he can ride for travel or battle, as a symbol of his new purpose. Although Garuda's full strength is unknown, he is strong enough to deflect attacks back at Sasuke opponents. Monkey King Enma. Monkey King Enma was a highly skilled combatant who served as Hiruzen Sarutobi's personal summon. Because Enma fought alongside Hiruzen for a long time, he was very familiar with fighting techniques. He could do a lot of things, like transform into a staff with the transformation jutsu. After that, Hiruzen would use this staff as a weapon. During Orochimaru's assault on the Hidden Leaf Village, during which the Monkey King fought the first two reincarnated Hokages, Enma's abilities were demonstrated. As evidenced by his brief sparring with the second Hokage, Enma is also adept at taijutsu. As a staff, he can likewise extend himself and can move freely. Enma was also seen using cloning jutsu and other ninjutsu techniques. Due to Hiruzen's death by Orochimaru during the invasion of the Hidden Leaf Village, the Monkey King receives very little screen time. However, Enma was without a doubt one of the series' best characters because every time he appeared, it was either an epic scene or a touching moment. Lady Katsuyu. Katsuyu is Sakura Haruno's personal summon and the signature summon of the former 5th Hokage, Tsunade. Katsuyu is a massive slug that can split into numerous smaller ones. She possesses healing, offensive, and defensive abilities, making her a very adaptable summon. During Pain's assault on the Leaf Village, she was shown to have an incredible healing powers. On the defensive, she can also use her body to cover others and keep them safe. She has the ability to spit acid out of her mouth, which is an offensive attack. She is also able to telepathically transmit information to her smaller forms. The summoner's use of the strength of 100 seal technique is linked to Katsuyu's strength. Katsuyu is reserved and even a little anxious despite her enormous size, which, according to Tsunade, is only a fraction of how big she can really get because she is just one part of a much larger being. And she refers to Tsunade with differential titles. However, whenever Katsuyu is around, Sakura and Shizune always treat her with great respect. Shima and Fukasaku. Shima and Fukasaku are two sage toads from Mount Myoboku who also happen to be a couple. During his battle with the 6 Paths of Pain, Jiraiya first summoned them. These two toads can use a variety of ninjutsu in addition to Sage Mode, which gives them incredible strength. Shima is also known to have control over the fire and wind releases, whereas Fukasaku can use the water and wind chakra natures. Together, the two can likewise play out strong genjutsu called Devilish Deception, Toad Confrontation Chant, which has the potential to paralyze and disrupt the opponent's hearing. They are a force to be reckoned with due to their vast combat expertise and wisdom. It is evident that they are also extremely powerful in comparison to other toads, despite their relatively low screen time. Students of the great toad sage Gamamaru, they instructed senjutsu to both Jiraiya and Naruto, and are very pleased with how both took to the craftsmanship. Other notable toad summons are Gamabunta, Gamakichi, Gamatatsu, and a host of others. Baku. Baku is an elephant-like chimera whose origins are unknown. During Danzo's battle with Sasuke, it made its first and only appearance. It displayed strength comparable to that of top-tier summons, if not greater, during that incident. Baku is an expert at sucking and eating. It is said that the suction force generated by its trunk is strong enough to devour dreams as well as anything else. Its ability to capture Sasuke and his Susanoo demonstrates its strength. Ningame. Ningame is a giant tortoise belonging to Might Guy, and also is another personal summon. Ningame is frequently regarded as extremely rigorous and stern. Ningame, like his summoner, is readily moved by emotion and bursts into tears just as fast as Might Guy. However, Ningame is seldom summoned in the Naruto anime and manga, which is surprising given Might Guy's frequent appearance in both. Ningame and Might Guy are both fantastic characters, but Ningame lacks enough screen time. Demonic Statue of the Outer Path. One of the most terrifying and extremely destructive summon in this series is the Demonic Statue of the Outer Path, which is technically the Husk of the Ten Tails, previously sealed away in the moon. However, the seal was broken when Madara Uchiha awoke the Rinnegan, allowing Madara to bring the statue back to Earth. The Akatsuki makes use of the Demonic Statue of the Outer Path to extract tailed beasts from Agent Juriki's body, which later brought about the rebirth of the 10-tailed beast during the 4th Great Ninja War. One of the series' strongest and most formidable summons. This one is as sinister as they come. And that's all we can take in today's video. Don't forget to drop a comment on your opinions about which of these summons can be regarded as the strongest. Thank you for watching.